Alright, hello YouTube. Welcome back to the Grease Goblins channel. Thank you for all the support you guys have been giving on the Song of Ice and Fire videos. They've been doing really well, so I appreciate all you guys for that. Before I get into this video, if you wanted to see more of this content, I have a few videos I've done already. I post on here every Wednesday with the Game of Thrones type content or Song of Ice and Fire. As well as if you want to see some of our gaming stuff, we upload like every Tuesday and Thursday. We're doing like an Until Dawn series with my friend right now. If you want to see that, check them out. But yeah, so in this week's video, we will be talking about Lady Stoneheart and where we think, or I think, her plot is going to go. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Because in other videos, especially like the Stannis video, I've been getting like, some good theories from other people that I didn't really think about. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. We're going to talk about a really cool theory in this one. I don't think this is probably going to happen, but it's really cool to think about. So starting out, if you don't know who Lady Stoneheart is, if you're just like a show-only person and you just click this video, so basically the Red Wedding happens, Catelyn gets her throat slit over, all that stuff. Arya actually being there, we get a chapter from her, I think it was 3 days after the Red Wedding. Basically she goes into Nymeria and she has this smell of like her mother. So basically, long story short, she goes into this river. She pulls Catelyn out of the river. And then the Brotherhood Without Banners is coming along, so then Nymeria, runs away or whatever. Stumbled on the name for there for a second, but I had to think about it. Beric then gives her the kiss of life, basically giving up his life. So in the book, Beric is no longer alive, or I guess a Fire White, whichever you want to say. He's no longer part of the story like he is in the show. The Lady Stoneheart, or Catelyn, comes back, and she's very different. She can't really speak. She's more of a character that is just hell-bent on revenge for the Red Wedding. And kind of loses a lot of those good characteristics of, Catelyn. And she's not a well-loved character, I would say, in the books. She's a pretty divisive character, which is understandable. She makes a lot of bad decisions and overall kind of treats people like crap, John. So yeah, she comes back, and we see basically her killing Freys, just overall, just the Brotherhood Without Banners turned into defending the people and stuff like that to just killing the Freys. So we end out her story with, and I believe, is it Feast or Dance? I believe it's Feast. Don't quote me on this one. I think it's Feast, though. Brienne basically meets Lady Stoneheart and goes, "You have to bring Jaime here, or I'm going to kill you." So Brienne very reluctantly does this. She goes, and the last thing we hear is Brienne's like, "Okay, you got to come with me, Jaime, but you have to come alone," which is super sketchy. But he does it. So that's where we leave up. That's where we pick up on. So in Winds, I think I really don't think Jaime or Brienne dies here. It just doesn't seem right for their characters and how they would come to an end. So what I think is going to happen is there's actually supposed to be a wedding. Okay, so I did a little bit of background research just to make sure I had this right. We're not exactly sure where these weddings are going to happen. Because there's actually two of them, Daevon and I believe Lancel. So the wedding for basically Daevon Lannister. So basically, this wedding could happen, and there's three that are the most likely options where it could be Riverrun, because there's just a lot of characters there. Kind of be poetic, I feel like, for the story. It could be Harrenhal, or it could be the Twins itself. So those are, I think, the three big ones. But I think the reason Jaime is very key here, and why I don't think she's going to kill Jaime, is that I think we're going to get a Red Wedding 2.0. It just makes a lot of sense for Lady Stoneheart's character. It's really her objective, or at least an attempt is going to happen. But I think Jaime Lannister is going to be used to infiltrate this wedding, where Jaime Lannister maybe brings in a lot of the Brotherhood Without Banners or something like that. lot of Lady Stoneheart's men, and then Jaime's gonna go, yeah, these are my guys, you know, we just we were doing something and make up some excuse, you know, and they're gonna get in, and we're basically gonna see the Red Wedding 2.0. And this is where it gets interesting, because where does Lady Stoneheart go after this? Because there isn't a lot she can do left. She gets avenged the Red Wedding, basically. So this is what I think is really cool and really interesting, is there's a theory that Robb Stark comes back. It's a theory that I think is interesting, because the main focus of where this theory comes from is in one of the chapters we get. She says she wants either everyone to get, you know, basically murdered or killed that was involved in the Red Wedding and the Downs, you know, killing of her son. Or she says for Robb to come back alive. Now, it's very odd. It's just a very odd phrasing of those words. So a lot of people theorized, okay, Lady Stoneheart is going to give the kiss of life for her son Robb. Now, you might be thinking, how is this going to happen? Because Robb, the last time we see him in his body, his head's detached and a wolf was sewn onto it. So we also don't know where his body is, really, because it doesn't go to King's Landing. We know that for certain. It's not mentioned of going anywhere else either. And I think the most likely option is Walder Frey keeps it, kind of as his trophy, because you see, this is the big thing for House Frey. This is almost like he's going to keep the trophy. So I think he probably still has the head, probably still has the body. So it's been theorized that maybe they sew Robb's head back. I don't know what they would do. But it could be interesting that they could maybe take I think this would be even cooler if they brought back Robb with the wolf's head. So he can't actually talk or anything, but he just has a wolf's head and it's his body. I think that'd be super cool. Where that would go, I'm not sure. Because if he comes back as Robb, like it's actually his head, they sew it back, it would be really interesting to see if he goes north, what would happen. Because I think if his wolf head comes back, I don't know. I don't know. Either way, that's how I think Lady Stoneheart's plot would come to an end. I think in some way or another, Lady Stoneheart, her plot ends when she gets revenge on the Freys. Like, I think what they did for Arya in the show, if you've not watched the show, basically Arya has this thing where she kills Walder Frey by feeding him like pies of his sons and then slits his throat. She then takes Walder Frey's face. They have like a little like feast at the twins, and she basically poisons all of the Freys, so they all just die. They all basically choke on poison, whatever, they die. And that's the end of the Freys in the show. We never see them again. We don't know who takes the twins, nothing. The show does a really bad job, especially later in the seasons, of giving us details that are very important. Like an event like all the Freys dying would surely be a massive event, because the Twins is a very profitable castle. It's one of the most, it's one of the best castles because it's almost impenetrable. So looking at that, I think that's going to happen somewhat similar, I can't even say the word, to the show, but I don't think Arya is going to get it. It just doesn't, I don't feel like that makes sense to me. I think Lady Stoneheart in some way or another is the one that does it. And yeah, I don't really got much else to say about Lady Stoneheart. I think that's where her plot goes. I don't think she's going to kill Jaime or anything. The kiss of life thing, I could see maybe she tries it on Robb's body and dies and nothing happens. Could see that happening. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about this one. I think it's interesting. I think Lady Stoneheart's a very interesting character, and I mean, this is the one big question I'm going to leave at the end of this video for the people that have watched the show as well. Do you think they should have included Lady Stoneheart in the show? Because Lady Stoneheart's plot affects other characters that I do see good things. So Brienne, right? In the show, Brienne literally just does nothing for an entire season. Like season 5, she does nothing. She just follows around Sansa, and then the one thing, and she's been waiting for the whole time, she's not there, and she goes and kills Stannis. It really, like, there's just a void in Brienne's plotline to where they had no idea what to do because they didn't bring Lady Stoneheart into it. Now in the books, Lady Stoneheart basically is some of Brienne's plotline because you have more of what Brienne's going to do in the next book because of Lady Stoneheart. So she helps that plotline and gives Brienne something to do, as well as Jaime as well. So I would be interested to see what you guys think. Also, I wanted to say, the thing is, bringing Lady Stoneheart actually makes the Red Wedding kind of less impactful. Because in the show, right, you just have Robb dies, Catelyn dies. They don't come back, right? And those are our two main characters that die. You have Edmure there, but he doesn't die. You have some, the Blackfish, isn't there. He, was taking a piss or something. So it becomes less impactful in the books because of her getting resurrected. But I still like the way they did it on the books. That's my opinion. I think the books did it better. I think they should have. I feel like a lot of dropped plot lines that the show didn't do around like that season 4, season 5 mark really hurt the show in the long run. But yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you guys all enjoyed. If there's more you think I should have added to this video, more you think I should have done, let me know. Let me know what you guys want me to do for next video, for next week. Haven't really decided yet. I might do like a Tyrion or something like that. I think it'd be interesting. But yeah, subscribe, like, comment for more. I will be back next week at Wednesday at 7 p.m. like every week. And I will see you guys in the next one.